everybody to tonight's SRN coverage of the Inspired Racing League. We are at Auto Club Speedways. You see there from the banners in the background a night race. Take a look at our race info as our drivers are getting ready to qualify here. We are, like I said, at Auto Club Speedway. We have 81-degree ambient temperature with 70% humidity. That's a high humid night for Southern California. Track temperature is going to be 80, so not too high there. Should not be too slick tonight. Should see some good hard racing here. We will start to see a few of our drivers pull onto the track here, and they will take their qualifying laps. We'll keep you up to date on that as we see them. Track is very interesting here. It's a large 1.5 miles, I think a 2-mile almost track, and it is off of the current NASCAR schedule, but it is a fun track to run. As you can see, there's about 5 lanes in this track. It is definitely a multi-groove track, and you will definitely see people be able to use that high side to keep momentum up. As you see right there, you see a car using the high side to get up to speed. You will be able to see that, but the bottom is also fast, and so that's the shortest way around, but the outside gets to keep momentum. So we will definitely see some people doing some different things here, high, low, middle, trying to find different places to get some ground on people, and the best way to pass somebody is to go where they're not. So we will have to see what we can find out about these drivers' strategies tonight. And right now it looks like we have Chris Liotta is on the pole for the moment. There he is, and it looks like the 27 there of Aaron Stanton has taken that position from him. So we will keep an eye on this on a couple of different cars here. We still have a few more to go ahead and qualify. All right. Like AJ Thompson is taking the lead here, just got off the track, but he is going to be in P1. Mike Hauser right here is in P2, still digging, seeing if he can get a little bit more. Looks like he's done there. Did not improve. So I think the first lap is the fastest here after you get a couple laps on the tires. That does start to fall off pretty quick. So first lap is going to be the money lap most of the time. Looks like we have a little bit over a minute here left. Still have a couple of cars. Here's the 54, Zeb Johnson, currently shown in 12th. See if he can improve there. He comes to the start finish line here. We'll see if he did actually get any sort of pickup. Goes all the way down to the bottom by the grass there. And he shoots to the pole. He did get a pickup on that second lap. Put Zeb Johnson in his Toyota in first place. So that's good for him. He's looking good out front for now. Trying to see, I think there's a couple more cars. Here's Tommy Lemley. He comes across the stripe again as well, improves his time to P8. And it looks like Rob Willett is the only one left on track. Doesn't look to be at pace. He looks done. That could be it right there as we are at the end of the session. All right, so let's bring up the grid as soon as it will let us. There we go. So Zeb Johnson gets first place. AJ Thompson is going to be in second. Third's going to go to Mike Hauser. Aaron Stanton in fourth. Fifth is going to be Brent Hanrahan. And Shane Haar in sixth. Elijah Fisher gets seventh. Tom Lemley gets eighth. Ninth goes to Wade Alexander. Jason Williams is 10th. 11th is going to be Chad McNeil. Steve Hennings is in 12th. So that is your top 12 drivers there. Get to grid as the guys starting to line it up here. See if we can grab Zeb. Let's see that toy. That has his mic off, so I'm going to go ahead and leave him alone for right now. Like he is not in a position to be interviewed. These cars will get rolling. We'll only have one lap here of caution. Go ahead and bring that tower up as we are going to do 100 laps here tonight. And as soon as we get all the cars on the grid, they will start rolling. Like we got a couple of guys here still waiting. 25 these cars on track tonight. Got a good spread of the different manufacturers as well. Got quite a few. It looks like Toyota is the only one that's a little light with about 5 or 6 of them, but other than that, pretty evenly put together here. All right. Well, should be rolling any second here. Guys are all going to be looking to make some moves early, I would anticipate. It's very hard once this, if this goes longer green flags, being a bigger track, there it's very spread out, and it's hard to make up time later on in a run. So you really have to get it early, and we'll see if we start to see that kind of aggression out of these drivers, and if they're going to kind of push while they got a lot of cars near them. I would imagine that would be the case. You could probably go about 35 to 40 laps on a fuel run in this series at this track, and so that's going to mean that the guys are going to have to pit at least twice. And you could imagine over 40 laps, you know, if you can kind of get a half a tenth or so a lap over 40 laps, you know, it's quite significant. So I would look for these restarts to be quite competitive. I know in real racing, and we'll have to see what they do here tonight, they really do fan out and, you know, go 3-4 wide pretty easily, and there's plenty of room for it, especially in the corners. So it should be very interesting to see who's willing to do that, who's willing to go 3 wide, who's willing to go 4 wide to make passes. You can, if you can keep it high and handsome on the outside there, you can really make up a bunch of room, especially if you're 3-4 wide and passing all the guys on the bottom. You can make up a lot of spots really quick. So we'll look for some of these guys in the back to try to do that, as these guys in the front just want it to be clean, smooth, and green. Looks like we are going to actually go one more lap here. Looks like Zeb have his mic back on. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab him. Zeb, this is Matthew in the booth. You got me? Hey, man, your mic was off a second ago. I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to be bothered. But, hey, nice pull. Great lap. What are you thinking here? Are you just going to kind of try to take it easy, run some laps? Or are you just going to go hard and see if you can gap him? Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, good luck tonight. Maybe we'll talk to you later. All right. So that's Zeb Johnson, your leader there in that Dr. Pepper number 54. These guys are rounding turn 3 and 4 now, so we will get underway here shortly. That Mustang will pull off here in just a moment. Now we will notice that on this initial start, they will go on green. It is not in the hands of the leaders, so they take the green flag. They will both be able to go at the same time. Right about there, we are green. Great jump for the inside. That leader Zeb there, he gets a good jump. The 18 was okay, but kind of falling off just a little bit now. Oh, we got one in the grass already in the back. We'll see if that brings out a caution, but he is alone. If he gets it going, we may not get that caution. And look at him all the way up there on that high side already. Like I was talking about, we're already 3 wide. This track lends to that kind of driving pretty handily. Look at all those cars fanned out on the backstretch, and we are under caution. I guess he could not get it quite going there, unfortunately. So we will have to re-rack this and go again. It looks like that was Cameron Wesenberg. Let's take a look there. There he is kind of in the back. And they just kind of checked up on the start. He goes around, and I just don't think the 9 was expecting that. It was a kind of a big jump or a big dive to the inside. And I think by the time the 9 saw what was happening in front of that 32 there, it was too late for him to react. So it does look like Zeb ended up getting into the second position now. So we just back 1. So now it's going to be Mike Hauser in the 43 who's out front. Now that we are on a restart, he is going to have that restart zone. So the field will be in his hands, and he should be able to get a good jump here. Give us just a second and we will get this going again here. Okay. Sorry about that. Clicked the wrong button there. All right, so trying to fix that sound issue that I got. So I got your message there. So I will try to work on that. Not sure what happened there. And I think coming through this time we will get probably 1 to go. Backstretch here. All right. Looks like they're starting to kind of self-line up double file, but I still see the lights on there. So we're going to go 1 more lap. See when we cross the start finish here, if the lights go off, that means we will be 1 to go. Not too many changes here, just looking over kind of some guys +1, some guys -1. Only had 1 lap, so not a whole lot happened there. As we do see the lights go off, so they will get bricked up 2 wide, and we will get going after this lap. (43) made up 1 position there, as did Brent Hanrahan. He made up a position. He's in 4th on the outside, so guys go from the inside to the outside. I think the outside is going to be better on the restarts, especially through 1 and 2, because you can really wind up the car a little bit better than having to stick it on the inside. So I think that could absolutely play into the outside row's hands, but they do got to get a good jump. That 43 is going to be able to jump and get outside, so they're going to have to get a good jump on the outside, time it right, and going through 1 and 2, they could have a real chance to keep the throttle going and get momentum for that big backstretch. All right, so here we go. Coming to the start finish here. Get this thing going again and hopefully have a long green flag run. Pace car is off. The 43 is in the start zone now. There he goes. Great jump by him. 54, not bad though. Little bit behind, but he should be okay. And the car behind him is the 96, I believe, that is Hanrahan. He is definitely pushing him, trying to get that momentum up. But you see the 43 got a great jump, can go wherever he would like. And so he is going to be out front by himself at this point. Let's kind of pan back here to where the racing's happening. And you can see these guys 3-4 wide. Up front, that outside is lined up. That's where most guys want to be. You can see them all just scraping the bottom there, scraping the track. See the sparks flying. And 43 of Hauser has got himself nicely out front, dives down to the bottom there. That's something you can do definitely early in the run, but you don't want to do that later on with the worn tires. It makes it car a little bit squirrely, so we'll see that for a little bit, but then they'll probably get away from that. You see the 18 out there. He is able to get a little bit of momentum on the outside, but don't count the 27 out yet. He has not cleared him. 54 dives to the inside, sees if he can get a 2-for-1 on the inside here. It's going to look good here, but let's see what the momentum off is. The 27 and the 54 get around the 21, so that works out for now. See that 43 in the front of your screen there. He's still got a great lead. As you see now, the 21 dips down to the bottom behind the 27. 27 is definitely moving up here. He gets the 18, closes the door there. The 21, ooh, almost a door scrape there. It kind of came together a little bit. See if that 21 can make it happen. Not great momentum down there, and so not going to happen. As we look, it's like 4 wide right there for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And now they are catching the leader. Hauser is getting caught. Stanton is there, and he's going to take a little bit higher side, see if he can work that momentum as the 18 is coming into the picture as well. And look at him just pushing him down the backstretch. Amazing that he didn't try to go around there and use that momentum. Maybe he's trying to get a little bit of a gap from the 18 so he doesn't have to worry about losing a spot. And there he goes now. He goes down low. 43 stays up high. There you go. That is the pass technically, but he's not totally clear just yet. And now I think he is. He's gonna be able to get up there and get that. And now the 43's got to worry about 3 different cars back there. See the 54 right there, dive low, trying to get underneath. Other than that, they're starting to get kind of lined up on the outside there, but then every time they go into the corner, they just kind of fan out. Here we go again for the lead. 43 of Hauser, he wants it back. See if he can make that happen on the inside. You see the outside there just got great momentum. They're pretty lined up now. They sometimes get lined up on the sometimes they get lined up on the outside in the straightaways, and then sometimes they stay and sometimes they fan out. Everybody just kind of going wherever their car feels the best. Every time it's like they're just about to get it all single file, then they get 2 wide, and then they get 3 wide, and there's really no chill here. And they're not spreading out like I thought would happen here. They're staying very close together, so there must be some little element of drafting here, because you see this group is just really, really tight. Ooh, and a little bump there. The 95, it looks like, gave that to the 43. 95 being Brent Hanrahan. He just had momentum. No ill will there. He just had momentum and had to take it, had to go. As we see now, Elijah Fisher in that 4 car starting to come into the picture. We didn't really see him up there too much earlier, but he has made his way up. He is currently in the 4 car in the 6th position. Top 4 pretty single file now. 54 is going to dive down. 21 is going to try to block a little bit. And the 27's doing good out front to just stay there, keep the cars behind him, not letting them dive the bottom. Just see him working that middle lane so that if there's momentum high, momentum low, he's able to go where he needs to go to kind of block that off. Not quite like you would do at a restrictor plate race, but kind of the same thing. You know, you see how he gets, and then right there you see he went a little bit higher, and that's the 18 just sent it in, and now he's underneath them. See if he can make that pass, but he gets loose on the apron. Great save there, but that is definitely going to cost him some momentum as you see him falling back several positions now. Unfortunately, on a big track like this, you lose that momentum, and it takes you at least half a lap to get it back, and so he's just gonna have to regroup, and he's just falling back a bit, and I'm sure he'll get right back at it here shortly. 43 now is definitely closing in. See if he wants to dive to the bottom or stay there. Looks like he's going to take the inside, and there goes Elijah with him. He's got the pass, but he's not clear, and you see that outside momentum pick up off the corner. Side by side, they are at the stripe. Looks like 27's got that. He dives down real low right there, using the whole track. 54 now is the one wanting to take a look on the inside as the Hauser on the 43 goes outside to try to keep the momentum up. Doesn't look like anybody's going to get there this time. No real dives this time. 43 is still right there, staying right with him. Now you can see from that whole field, it's definitely getting a lot more single file now, especially in the straightaways. People are just they're running their lines like you see in the corners, but they're definitely getting more lined up. As the tires start to wear a bit, you don't want to be the guy dive into the bottom. You're using more tire to do that. And you want to do it to make passes like that right there for the lead, and then that's exactly what you want to do right there. Move back up, cut that off, and now going into the next corner, you can use whatever line you want. And then, yeah, you make him go down to the bottom. He might get there, but you're using less tire by going around the outside a little bit more. You're not having to cut it down and shear those front tires. Now the 43's got a couple car length lead, so he can breathe for a second. Now 54 on the high side. He's up above him, but not really making a whole lot of room, as you see the 21 making up some room down at the bottom now. Three wide again there for fourth, fifth, and sixth. They get that sorted out. Elijah Fisher kind of prevails there in the preferred line. .43's looking good. He's still got a couple car lengths, so the guys aren't able to draw up to him as easily as they did before. got to have something to do with some tire wear. But as I say that, the 54 gets there, and now he's got to be sniffing a little bit of draft. I would expect the 43 to go towards the middle of this corner to just kind of block off either way, but he stays up high and everybody stays with him, so to speak. The 60 car there on the bottom, running all the way at the bottom there. And that is actually Chris Leota in that 60 vehicle. He is currently in P6. Go to our blimp view, get a little bit more of an overhead on this. The 54 is there and has some momentum. Let's see what he does with this here. Oh, a little bump there going in. And this is where, yeah, you'll see the 43 just kind of take that momentum. He's got the higher side there. Great momentum. Now we'll see if Elijah Fisher can actually make that happen too. And he does. And it looks like the 54 is a little bit, I don't want to say off pace, but I think that corner just got a little loose, got out of the throttle, and that cost him a couple positions right there. But he does look to have recovered. Doing fine, but now the 27 is to the inside, and he may lose another spot here. Like he prevailed on that outside as well, as we got the 4 car now going to the inside, put the 4 car in the lead for the time being. And there he goes. Great run through that corner, went low and then slid up the track. And now he's going to be in the lead for the time being. Wow, that was a 21 car changing lanes back there pretty abruptly, as the 43 is now going to dive in. This is back and forth, folks, and I think this is going to be like this for the race. It's going to be very interesting coming down to the end, because it's almost like super speedway. Who gets that run? Who times it perfectly? How are they gonna do this? You know, you're gonna want to be in second place until the last lap, it looks like. That's going to be the spot. See if the 43 can make momentum on the bottom there. I think the momentum is going towards the outside, but he does make it stick, and they are side by side. Yeah, they're just the momentum off. That's the biggest difference right there. Now the 6 car is coming into the equation as well. He's up 5 positions from where he started. That's Wade Alexander. 21 car now looking inside the 4. 21 being Shane Haar. So this is the highest he's been so far. See if he can. Now, if he stays on that bottom, he's going to lose momentum off, and that looks like exactly what he's going to do. And here comes the momentum from the outside, and Elijah, and what's he going to do? He pushes him. I thought for sure he was going to give it to him, and see that. You can see that the 43 just got passed by the 54 going to the inside. And now the 21 out front. First time he's going to lead a lap. Several lead changes here so far because of this kind of draftability of these cars here. 4 cars sucked up all the way to Shane Haar there. See if he wants to try to make that pass, or if he's... Oh, no, and that looked like the 28, I believe. Yeah, 28, Tommy Lemley. He is up in the fence, but we'll see if that brings out a caution. It looks like he's still rolling fine back there. I mean, he's off pace, but I don't think that's going to bring out a caution, and it does. It does, unfortunately. He just scraped the wall there. Didn't look like any problems or issues, so not sure why they would iRacing would throw that caution, but just a wall scrape. But 25 laps in, we're a quarter of the way. I gotta expect everybody's going to be pitting here, and then maybe if it's green, they'll try to just split the rest of this. You know, 37 laps, or 37, 38 to be precise, and see if they can get it done that way, of course, barring any other cautions, which are likely to happen. That was a good battle there up front. I mean, all four of the guys, 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, all took a turn leading. And there was a lot of back and forth. Some give and take, too, though. The drivers, you know, maybe pushed each other a little bit here and there when they had a run, but mostly in the straightaways. And nobody being overly aggressive, just everybody trying to you know, jockey for position and what have you. And it definitely was entertaining, as we see everybody going to be hitting the pits now. That's all of them, folks. Nobody's behind that pace car at all. Every car is ready for it. So we'll watch these guys come down here. Obviously, the 54, who was our pole sitter, has stall number 1 and gonna have an advantage coming off, but we'll see if he can keep this here. Could put the 54 back in the lead if the timing is right. And it looks like the 21 is off first, and he is going to win. And looks like the 43 beat the 54 as well. And the 4 did as well. All right, so everybody's going to reset here. Shane Haar is up 5 positions in the lead right now. Up 5 positions from where he started. That's good for him. Biggest movers of the race at this point, we actually have a tie. Cameron Wesenberg and Cade Cannon are both up 13 positions from where they started in 8th and 12th respectively. So good run so far for those guys. Look for them to continue to move up the field. And we'll see. I think we're going to get one to go here. Let's see if we can get Cameron, find him. No, I don't see him, unfortunately. No? Oh well. I was going to get Cameron since he was in 8th of 13 positions, but I don't seem to see him there, so we are about to go back green, so we'll try to get somebody next time. So we'll take the green flag on lap 28. Decent green flag run there, so these guys are definitely looking at how much tire wear they had, whether or not they want to go the full run next time, how they want to split this. It's all going to be determined on how much tire they used right there. They went, you know, 25, 26 laps of green flag. So it's a really good barometer of what these tires are going to be. Unfortunately, I don't have that data, or I would share it with you, but these guys are definitely looking over that and trying to figure out what their strategy is going to be going the rest of the way. We are under green again. Shane Haar gets a great jump. The 43 car didn't get a great jump there, but he's going to be able to recover on the outside here, I'm sure. We'll use that outside to wind that car up. As you see, the 54-27 there racing pretty hard side by side. Shane Haar out to a great lead so far. We'll see if he can keep that or if that draft kind of pulls them together as they're all lined up behind him. Little push in there with the 27 and 43 trying to get some momentum. 27 is going to dive, try to get a 2 for 1. Looks like he's got it for right now. Now, you don't want to do that too much because that's going to eat up those tires, but the 6 car trying to do the same thing back there. This is the time to go, though. The cars are all bunched up. See, it's hard for that bottom side, though. When you're all the way down at the bottom, it's hard. There's just, the momentum off is just not in your favor. See, now the 43 is clean and clear. He is hunting the 21. See if he can get back to him here. As you see the 6 and the 27 with great momentum through the corner. Now we're going to be 3 wide here. Plenty of room. They'll give each other some room, but they're not going to give up the spot. The 6 gets out of it for the time being. That's going to take the 54 down, and we are 4 wide. Going into that corner. Back to 3 wide now. And they just stay that way. They're stuck to each other. Nobody's going to give up. Nobody wants to be the one falling back. They want to get those spots right now. And that 32 car right there, that is Cameron Westenberg, who was just up 13 spots. He's now up 17 spots from where he started, so having a great day. Now it looks like the 84 of Jordan Giorno getting the push as well, so this is his first time way up here. See what he can do with Shane Haar. Oh, Shane's got the lead. He's doing a great job of just holding it. He's not letting go of it, not going back and forth, and keeping really good momentum up. As you see, the 84 tries to go inside that 27 there, make it work. Gets a little bit loose, but he's fine. No problem. 27 going real low. Trying to get momentum. He looks like he's got a bumper in. Nope, not there yet. They fan out 4 wide, a little bit further back in the field. 27 is there now. Aaron Stanton is looking at it, hunting it. He wants it bad. What's he going to do, high or low? He is locked on that bumper, chooses the high side here. See if he can keep momentum, but the 84 being there is not helping him at all. But now he's got momentum coming through here. May be able to get if the 84 gives him a little bit of a push, he may be able to do it as we got a car in the grass, a little tangle up in the back there. Let's see if that does anything. Looks like it might have been Josh Henderson going off the course just a little bit. Looks like he got it saved up, no problem there. We'll stay right here as the 84 is now trying to pass the 21 side by side for 3rd position. Doesn't have the momentum off the corner, has to dip in, and now the 43 is looking to get him. Now the 21 pushing the 27. Put the 27 there, Stanton in the lead. These guys getting a little bit spread out now here at the front. A little bit of room. Let's take a peek a little bit further back here as we got some more side-by-side racing back here. 60 car there. He was up front a little bit earlier along with Elijah Fisher there. Both of those Fords are not up where they were earlier, but after the pits, I think just kind of hanging back here a little bit. They were able to move up pretty quickly earlier, so I don't think they're in panic mode at this point. They got plenty of time to get this sorted out. Go back up front. It has definitely gotten singled out a little bit, but the 21, 84, and the 27 still going at it up front. Nobody really got a run here. 21's going to try the low side this time. Can't really make up much, but got a nose in there just a bit. Now he's got a little bit of help from the 43 to see if that can help him, but he goes up to the top to try to not lose the position to the 84 up there. Back on the bottom side by side. Doesn't look like he can quite clear. looks great right to that point, but right about here is where that 27 is just kind of to take off and not let him complete that pass. But it's a little bit better this time. He is side by side still. There you see again just the long straightaways and the momentum off just carries that high side through. And now with these top three racing the way they have, the gap that they had is gone. And they are now all bunched up. The top 10 or 11 are right there. 21 really the only one out of line. 6 goes down with them. Now give the second position to the 84 of Jordan Giorno. And he is going to have that clean and clear. 3 wide back there. Six car really wants to make that pass on the inside, but just isn't going to have the momentum down there. He's kind of stuck now. 3 wide. Almost had that clear. Oh, and a little touch and a tag, and there it goes. I don't think they all knew that they were 3 wide. I don't think... let's take a look here. Go to Wade Alexander. Right there. Take a look over it. Yeah, see, the 32 knew he was 3 wide, but I think he kind of was going up too high. He corrected to go back down, and then was like, oh, nope, I'm going to hit this guy now, and just kind of, got stuck there in the middle and chasing the wheel, unfortunately. There might have been an after thing. Let's look at Stephen Hennings Jr. here. Let's take a look at this. See, this is happening all in front of him. He goes off track. Oh, yeah, look at that. And he tried to go down the bottom, and then the car just came down. And I don't know. Not sure. Not sure about that one. That's unfortunate. So, give the lead to Stanton at this point with Giorno in the second position, Haar in third. Lemley in the 28 has gotten himself back up to the 4th position. He had kind of fallen back earlier and had a great recovery. And now a little fake to the pits. The Shane Haar that is going to come in though and bring a bunch of cars with him. 2 cars out front. 3 are going to stay out. 4 now. Few cars staying out. I'm just not sure about that. You know, you have 10 or 11 laps on your tires. Depending on how many sets you have, this could go either way. You'd like to have a set saved for later, but you know, if you stay out there right now, you know, 12 laps is enough to make a difference, and we'll see this when we go back green. They will be slower. It's just a matter of how far are they going to fall back, and then having that extra set later, is that going to pay off? So we will have to see the 18 kind of overshoot the pit stop there, kind of got inside another vehicle, and that kind of threw him off a little bit. So there you see the cars that stayed out, 7 of them in total. Shane Haar, who came in first, is in 8th. So these top 7, we'll have to see how competitive they are on these slightly older tires. Let's see if we can find Aaron, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up, Matt?
Hey, so you stayed out here. You got the lead. You got the lead on the track, and you stayed out here. You got 7 cars with you. What's the thought? Are you trying to save a set of tires for the end?
Yeah, I just feel like that's going to be the strat. We're having cautions like every 20 laps, so I just feel like saving a set to the end is going to be the strategy.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. It's just going to be how the cautions fall. But the car's competitive. How does it feel so far?
Feels good. It just builds tight over a long run. Like the last run, I just started building tight and lost a few spots, but I gained them back on pit road, and now we're back up front.
Yeah, All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching.
Yep. Have fun.
All right. There's our leader for now. We'll see how these guys fare. Should be interesting. They are lined up. We'll be getting the green flag this time, so we'll take the green on lap 42, almost halfway. Another exciting stint there with the top 12 or so just right neck and neck. So this really is anybody's race. You could be leading or you could be 10th, and a few good corners makes a whole bunch of difference. Right, so our rounding 3 and 4 now. The pace car will dip off, putting the field in the hands of the 27 of Aaron Stanton. There it goes. Green is in the air. Good jump for the 27. He gets cleared out. Oh no, and the 60 is getting spun there by the 72. Not sure exactly what started that. And that is not bringing out a caution yet. We will stay here as the 95 is looking for second position. Now the caution's out. Okay, let's go back and take a look at that real quick. So we had AJ Thompson there. Look. Nope, this is previous, sorry. Stephen Hennings, I believe it is. No? Hold on. That is the previous crash. Here we go. All right, so let's keep your eyes on the 60 car. 72 below. Just kind of maybe a little bit of net code there. I mean, they were running pretty straight. Just looks like they got too close to each other. 60 spins there. And honestly, kind of surprised that brought out a caution. iRacing does some weird things sometimes. You never know. That's going to be our fourth caution. And this may help those drivers that stayed out. You do see that in that small amount of time that we were on the track there under green, Shane Haar in the 21 moved himself up into what looks like is going to be fourth position, started 8th, so he got 4 cars on those fresher tires just that quickly. So you definitely can see that those tires are slower, but this is going to keep these guys out there longer that are on the older tires and run some fuel out of all of these things and see kind of how that levels things out. Not sure it's going to help them a lot, but it certainly can't hurt them. Now you're going to see the 27 go, and that's interesting because now you got all the guys pitting that didn't, and they're going to be at the end of kind of the longest line, if you will. And that's not how they wanted that to play out. I can tell you that. Now that difference that Aaron was talking about is kind of negated, unfortunately, because it was only a lap, and now he's going to be a little bit further back in the field. So we'll see how that all plays out in the end, but that is going to give the lead to Hanrahan, and Shane Haar is going to be in second. We'll wait for these guys to catch. I'm not sure we'll get one to go this time with guys still in the pits. Up that track map, so we still have 3 cars in the pits right now. They can get out and going. Might get one to go. We'll have to see. If we get Brent, this is Matthew. Have me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, the guys that didn't take tires did take tires there. Cycled you back to the front. How you feeling about your chances?
I'm pretty good. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm not. I think we're just gonna chill. Not worried about any of that right now. Just saving a set of tires. I think it's gonna be big.
Yeah. So you still got a couple sets. You got enough to go.
Yeah, I got 3 sitting.
Oh yeah,
So
you're good. All right, very good.
yeah,
I wasn't sure
we're
how many y'all
be
got.
ready for the end. Be
Yeah.
ready for the end. This thing's gonna be a rocket ship. So
Very good. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, good luck. We'll be watching.
yes, sir. Hope you have fun up there.
All right. So there you go. That's a good mentality, though. Hey, we're not even halfway. We're not thinking about the end. We're just driving right now, and that's a good way to think of it. It does look like we are 1 to go, so these guys will get themselves ready to go here. Take the green on lap 46. Probably get us to the halfway here shortly. Couple back-to-back cautions, so I'm sure all of those drivers are looking to clean that up and get going. Green flag runs are obviously what they want. And the lights are back on. We have extended. I don't see anybody on pit road or... Yeah, not sure why they extended there, but we'll go one more. So just looking through right now, it looks like Shane Heminger in the 22 car. You see him on the inside of the second row. He's up 16 positions from where he started. He is our biggest mover at the moment. Cycled himself through up there, so if he is going to be competitive up here, kind of, I think the first time we've seen him this far up, so keep an eye on him, see how his car's running. Lights are still out, so like we are good to go here. Everybody's lined up, so should be going. All right, so as we cross the halfway point, I don't think it's time for people to start, going more aggressive at this point. Like our leader just said, there's a lot of time left. No need to get too crazy, but some of the guys in the back may not agree with that. They may think that it's time to set themselves up. If you're in this 18th through 20th, you kind of want to get in that top 10 position before you get to 30 or 25 to go. And so they may have a little bit more sense of urgency there in the back than these guys up front. You'll just have to see what they're going to do with it. And not green. Well, I wish I could tell y'all what's going on with admin and race control there, but I'm not seeing anything that is making us delay at this point. So fortunately, I can't really tell you what's happening. I can tell you that there have been a couple of cars that are kind of moving around a little bit or just not sure about position. So there may be some sort of issue there with who's supposed to be where and getting it lined up right. So just speculation, but that may be something that we're dealing with here. So we will hopefully go green this time. Now it's if I was the car that, and obviously this is hindsight, but if I had stayed out before, I would have wished that I had stayed out this time too, because this is a lot of caution laps that just really equalized here. But there goes the pace car, so we will get this going again right now. And under green, great jump by Shane Haar on the outside there, sticking with him very well. Those two got a great jump, and the two behind, not so much. There's a little bit of a gap, and now we're going to have to see that the 95 is able to pull up on the outside, and look at that big difference. One outside, one inside. Let's see what happens. The 21 car looks a lot better. On fresh tires, you can make that happen, but as they wear, they will not have that kind of grip to make that pass. Going to enjoy that now while he can. Very 95 back on the outside, not giving it up just yet. He is out there. Ooh, that was close. That was almost a touch. There, the outside, you see it prevailing now. He's also got help with that 28 car of Lemley. As Lemley's now looking to the inside of him with the 40 behind him. 28 looks to be clear as he does move up. I think these guys most of them are starting to learn for a couple laps you can run that bottom and it's really fast. But it is going to wear the tires faster. So it's a trade-off. Do you want to have that grip, make up a couple spots and pay for it on the back end if we get a long run, or do you want to gamble and say we're not going to get that long run, so let's make up as many spots as possible? Different drivers do different things. Me personally, I always kind of plan for the longer run, but that doesn't always pay off because it doesn't happen. As you just saw Elijah Fisher in that 4 car make it 3 wide, make a couple passes there, put him back up into P5. And the 95 here, which we are following, is just falling back. He was on the pole position, and now he's back to 10th. So he is falling off there. I can't say that I see anything wrong with the car, just not very competitive out there on the outside, and maybe just thought it was getting a little bit too aggressive and didn't want anything to do with it. But he falls back a little bit there. As you see, the 4 car is not hanging back, not trying to take it easy. As you put him in P3 now, he is moving through the field. 28 there. He's Bobby Hadaway. 28 is Tommy Hemley, 2nd position. And I could be wrong, but I think we have 2 28s on. And they are pretty close to each other. So the second 28 back there in the 5th position is actually the 52. So I'll try. Oh no! And as I say that very car gets in a crash. That's Hadaway there. He's actually the 52, but it shows 28. Let's take a look at that real quick. But he's coming off that corner. He kind of touches the wall, yeah, and goes down, gets the 27. The 27 didn't even know it was going to happen. Couldn't even see that. No way spotter could tell him. And who is that? The 62 just plows in there. Could not get it checked up. And that's unfortunate for Blake Hasty there in the 62. Also collected in that. So we are officially past halfway at this point, though. And it looks like Tommy Lemley's leading for the first time tonight as well. So we'll wait and see if these guys are going to pit, and then we'll see if we can maybe talk to them. Well, I don't see him anywhere in just him, unfortunately. And it only looks like Shane Haar actually. Let's go on him right quick. Yep, that is Shane Haar. And then a bunch of cars in the back are gonna pit. they got nothing to lose. But Shane Har hit it from a pretty high position. Not sure if this is going to be a fuel strategy play. We'll have to see if he's going to, if the tires go on. Let's take a look here. Yep, tires are going on. You see the car jump there, so he is actually taking tires. I thought it might just be a splash and go for, you know, not having to fuel as much should they have to fuel under green. But he is going to do a full pit stop. I think they have plenty of tires by what the 95 was telling us. So I could imagine it, you might as well at this point. But very few laps run under green, and very few cars pitting. You can see, let's call it 11, I count, cars stayed out. So top half of the field is staying out here. We'll have to see how Shane Har and company come back through the field. We'll see. You can see we're focused on Elijah Fisher there, back up into the second position. So was up there earlier, fell back for a little while, covered him probably in the 15th position or so, and now he finds himself back up there. So kind of a roller coaster ride position-wise for him so far, but he's able to bring it back up to the front. So that is good. That means that he knows how to drive this track. He's got a good car. And he's able to move that thing around. So, you know, it really just depends on positioning at the end, whether he can seal the deal here or any of these guys up front. You really only need to be in about the top 5 in a couple laps, and you could make it happen. So it's anybody's game at this time. But that 4 car definitely able to bring it to the front pretty quickly. So keep an eye on him. It looks like the lights are off. They're lining up side by side, so we will be one to go here. Take the green on lap 56. 44 to go. We're kind of in one of those situations where caution breeds caution, and had kind of 3 back-to-back here. So looking to get a green flag run. Most of these drivers would probably like that as well, except for these guys maybe that are just a lap down, you know, so they can get their wave arounds. I'm sure those guys would like that, as we only have 19 cars on the lead lap, leaving about 4 people. Looks like a couple have retired due to issues. So there's 2 guys that are lap down that would love to have a few more cautions and get those back for right now. And we are back under green, as it looks like the 32 there blinked out for a second. But a great jump by the 28. So he's going to be clean and clear. And now you have the, what is that, the 84 car underneath the 4. Great momentum on the bottom, just trying to get it up to speed there. The 4 is not able to keep it up with them. So he's going to fall back a couple positions, but he is in line now, and he'll be just fine. 32 is going to try to get some more there. See if he can get the second position down on the bottom. Great momentum there. See if he can carry that off or not. He is not clear yet. Still side by side. And now is when the outside lane is going to prevail, and you can see him up ahead, and that 32 is blinking again, unfortunately. Don't want to drive around somebody like that, I'll tell you that, but there's nothing the 32 can do, unfortunately. We see the 84 there kind of locking up with the 28 up on the top side, and that gets them past. The 4 is going to try to follow through as well. And this is where we're going to see a few laps in here where the higher sides are going to start to prevail, as the 84 now is inside the 28 trying to get that pass. He's got great momentum there. Let's see if he can carry it through this corner, as Elijah's going to go all the way up to the top. See if he can ride the wall for some momentum. And the 84 is clear. He could go up and cut that momentum off as he is, but he's not going to do it. Ooh, and he tapped the wall there for the 28. That gives the 84 the opportunity to take it. And look at the momentum now that gives to the 4 car off of that high side as he goes from high to low, looking to the inside of the 84 now. He is there. He is at the bumper. He is at the door. Going to side draft just a little bit. Great craft right there. Now we're 3 wide, though. That gives the 28 an opportunity to get through them both. Look at that run as he goes all the way back to the high side. Little bit of a tap there on the 84 and 4. We'll see if the 28 can hold that up there. Oh, no, tap again. Oh, no, and the 32, did he come off the wall a little bit there? Let's take a look and see. Right there. Take a look at that. So the 32 on the outside just kind of came down a little. I don't think he realized that they were essentially 4 wide right there. Unfortunately, we'll back that up and go one more time. But it just looks like he just kind of came down a little bit. Didn't think there was that many cars. That's unfortunate. Now, he did get the short end of the stick there anyways, so it did not work out for him or anybody that got a little bit of contact there, unfortunately. So like I said, I can't find Tommy in the Discord, unfortunately. But if we somebody. Elijah Matthews, I mean.
Yes.
Are you gonna pit right now? Am I bothering you?
I think we're gonna pit.
All right. Well, real quickly then, you've been able to move up when you needed to, fall back, move up. You got a good car. You're pretty strong out there. How's it feeling right now?
This thing feels really good. We definitely put a great car together, and it's going to be all about trying to finish and stay out of trouble now.
Yeah, exactly. As we see some gamesmanship, there's some guys pitting, some guys not. It's kind of interesting with these back-to-back cautions. Guys are doing a lot of different things. I assume you got plenty of tires to go to the end?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you're good here to go. Get her full of fuel. That way you take less later and jump some spots. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll be watching.
Thank you.
All right, so I wanted to get done there before he actually pulled into the pits because I know sometimes that can be distracting. So hopefully we didn't mess him up too bad. Let's go back out to the front. So with those guys pitting, that's going to shake things up. Now you see the 28 of Tommy Lemley, and Jordan Giorno. They both stayed out. A couple other cars stayed out as well, of course. But now, so the 4 car has pitted. A couple cars came with him as well. So have different cars on different strategies here. With 39 to go, we'll probably take the green with 37 to go. That is plenty of fuel. So I gotta wonder here if, Elijah Fisher and the likes of those guys can definitely make it. We have several Fords down there, so that might be a team thing, but we have a couple of them up front as well. It's going to be interesting to see if all of these guys can make it that did not pit here, the full 37, 38. They'll probably be at 42 laps or so total. So not sure exactly how many laps they can get, but that's got to be kind of on our minds here as we think about these top 10 or so that stayed out. Are they going to be able to make it, or are we going to get another caution and negate that? But if we do get that caution, then will the likes of Elijah Fisher and those who have pit already, are they going to jump to the front and be able to leapfrog the other guys? So this will be interesting to play out. Lots of different strategies going on here. You see the lights are off, and we will go green on lap 63 with 37 remaining. That 9 car that you see there, first time he's kind of been up this high. He is in the 3rd position now, up 22 from where he started. So My guess is he did not qualify, started in the rear, because that's 25, and that's every car that we got. So he must have started dead last, and here he is. But he found his way up to the front, and we'll see what he can do with it. Side by side, they need to get a little bit more tightened up there on the outside. Here they go. All right. Here we go again. So, pace car is going to dip off. See what kind of jump the 28 gets. In flags out. He waited late into the box, and that got him a good run. He is clear. He can go to the outside if he likes, but he's staying down there for the moment. Now he's going to float to the outside just a little bit. He sees the 9 getting some momentum, so he doesn't want to go too far. Uses that inside on these opening laps, and that's going to work, but the 9 does have a run. Let's see if he can make that. Looks like he is on the inside of him now. And now he's got the 84 behind him, so he's going to give him a little arrow push there, and they're going to make that pass. Now, is he going to slide up and take? It looks like they're both clear now, but he does have momentum. He may try a crossover here in a second. 6 car goes really low in the track there. Trying to go where they're not, as you now see the 28 is going to try to go inside that 84 to get that spot back. That 9 is going to have great momentum on the outside, but look at the 28 just pushes hard, but not going to be able to do that. Had to kind of get off of it so that he didn't hit the 9, and that's going to cost a lot of momentum. As you see in the back of the screen there, Shane Haar all the way down on the line, 3 wide, trying to get some spots back. Now you see the 9 car is kind of checking out a little bit. He's got a great lead there. Shane Haar moving up quickly through the field in 7th position now. Still side by side for these two. Neither one of them really wants to give it up. The 28 can move up there, and he does now. He's going to take that position solidly. No real momentum there, but the 84 tries to go low. Got to do something different there. He gets inside there really good. See if he can make that stick and slide up. He's going to do that. Ooh, did he touch the wall a little bit? That definitely is going to cost. Looks like he did touch the wall a little bit. That's going to cost him some momentum, and he's going to get passed by 3, 4, 5 cars. And as they're trying to go low, they get to... Oh, no, that was a hard shot. Hit the inside wall, came back out, and hit a couple more cars. Let's take a look at that back. That's going to be a wild one. So they're trying to get around this 84, and so he comes down. He didn't know. I think that's Shane Haar right there. Yeah, it sure is. He didn't know. And look at Shane Haar. Both of them just crushed the wall, hit the 18. Those cars are damaged. I do believe they have a fast repair, but man, that's a hard shot right there. I can tell you from racing in VR, if that was me in VR, I would be a little dizzy right now. That was a hard hit. We'll wait and see here who's going to pit this time. Do the ones that didn't last time come in? And is that going to cycle the things back around? You see Elijah Fisher already scored there in the 9th position. Now, obviously, 2 or 3 of those spots were made up by the fact that some higher cars crashed. But still had made up a few spots on that opening section there. So he was moving through the field already, but we'll have to see who is going to pit and who is not here. And I think we're about to find out right now as they are going through 3 and 4. Like a couple, and the 9 did not go, and the 6 did not go. So there's most of these guys now you can see are pitting here. and a few guys stay out. The 18 damaged. Looks like about 7 cars stayed out. So we will take a peek at the race off pit road, but it looks like a total of 6 cars have stayed out. Everyone else is in pits. And there's Elijah Fisher again. So, and he's coming out real early, so I think maybe he just topped off fuel to make sure he's good for a green-white checker, which means that these other guys have got to pit as well. Just not willing to do it yet. These guys here that are still here, they're going to be getting some damage repair. These are the guys that were in the accident. So we will go back up front here. As you see the 9 Cade, he is in the lead. Wade Alexander, 6 car there in second. And Chris Leota in the 60 is up into third. Oh. Interesting turn of events. And really, I mean, a lot of these guys that are up front right now, I thought would have pitted. And they didn't. And then a couple of guys that pitted last time, like Elijah, they pitted again to top off. So lots of different strategies going on right now. Every time we pit, the plot thickens a little bit more. So lights are off on the pace car. We will get green with 30 to go. The laps are winding down, the aggression picks up, and we'll see how this restart is going to be handled here by these drivers. But it is kind of go time. I do believe that there is a few of these guys that still have to pit. Everyone else who pitted this time, I think, is going to be good. We'll have to see as this race goes on whether that's true or not. Right, they are working the back stretch, and we'll get going here in just a moment. I look for these guys up front to be a little bit more aggressive on this start now. Especially if you're in 10th to 15th, you're gonna really be pushing here to get yourself into position for these closing laps. Okay, and the pace car's off in the restart zone. The 9 goes deep, and he is clear just like that. 60 car, good run with him. A little bit of a bottle up top with the 6 car there. 9 is going to take the high side to arc into the corner. See if he can use that momentum, but it looks like momentum going to the inside still. There you go. They're 4 wide back there. 54 not going to wait. Goes inside the 60s. Wants to see if he can get 2. He is side by side with the 9 now. There he goes. Is he going to be able to steal that off? Not look like he's completely clear just yet. And the 9 car with the outside momentum is going to make it difficult on him. You do see these other cars coming back into the picture here. Side by side for the lead. Now I think you're going to see that 9 car with the momentum prevail a little bit better. And he does. He's able to take that as we got some 3 wide action back here. 60 car kind of in the middle, has to get out of it a little bit. And the 54 is off the track. Pitting. 54 is pitting. Okay. So go back up front there. See the 3 car now. And he dives it down there all the way in front. He definitely has fresh tires on these guys, and you can see exactly what that does. That's Rob Willoit, and he is just flying there, but a little bit too hard into the corner, and comes back to these guys a little bit. So he'll have to conserve those tires a little bit more and see if he can methodically make these passes here. See that 95, that black 95 on the bottom there, making up some room too. So these are guys with some fresh tires that are going to trying to come through here. The 28 also one of those. He's back up there. But it's just traffic jam. There's not much that they can do. And the 3 car is going to be committed to the bottom. It's just where everybody else is not. And look at him come up here 3 wide there. Ooh, that's close. That's so close. They all made it work, but man, that was dangerous. 28's going to stay on the inside. As long as that 95 is committed to staying behind him, it's going to be pretty fast. They get separated just a little bit there. And you see up front now, we have a battle for the lead. The 84 is on the inside of the 9. Neck and neck there at the line. Momentum going with the 9 car with the 6 behind him. This 84 is going to have to do it by himself on the bottom. Not sure if that's going to work, but it looks like he is clear for the moment. And that momentum of the 9 is going to make it so that he cannot close the door on him. And you see the momentum that they got. Now the 6 is by as well. 3 gives the 6 a little bit of a shot there. Just a lot of momentum on that outside. The 84 is hanging tough by himself down there at the bottom, but he needs some help, needs some friends. There he gets up there, side draft a little bit. That's a better idea there. 3 car is squirrely, and he wants to go. Car gets a good run down there at the bottom. Now the 84 is going to get behind him and see if they can make it work. He is nosed in front at this point. 3 has the lead, but then the outside just gets that momentum again, and there's just not much he can do. Take a look from the high side so we can really see these moves. 84's got good momentum. Nope, don't. Oh, man, and he just kind of pushed him into the wall just enough. The 6 car is going to lose momentum. And a bunch of spots, unfortunately, and not his fault at all, but man, it just wrong place, wrong time. I don't think the 3 knew he was out there. See that 3 wide action again. 6 cars recovered nicely. He just needs to calm down, get the head back in it. He'll make up some of these spots. See these guys going at it for the lead right now as we are 25 to go. Oh, and the 4 car is in the fence just enough. Go back to him there. Look at the momentum killer that was. Just scraping the wall just a little bit. Just cost him about 4 or 5 positions. It's tough, and these guys are about to make it 3 wide up here for the lead. Almost 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th anyway. 28's got to run. What's he going to do? He's going to make it 4 wide. Not let the 3 get down there. 3 hits the wall, and he's gone. I think he just touched the 95 as well, and that's going to be a caution, folks. Let's take a look at Rob Willoit. And just, I mean, essentially almost 5 wide there. He gets out of that, gets into the wall, and that's it. I think the 95 is going to be okay. The 3's definitely got some damage. So back out front there, Jordan Giorno in the 84. Up 12 positions from where he started. Having a great run out here tonight for our 8th caution. And we'll see if he's going to pit. I'd imagine there's going to be a few cars pitting here. There's always some different strategies for sure when we do this. So we will see what happens here. Right, as they are winding around, come in and who's not. Looks like Leaders staying out. 928 going to be on pit road. Goes the 995, 6. 28 actually stays out with the 84. Quite a few cars came in this time now. That's going to leave 6 vehicles out front and a couple of wave arounds there. So we will have this field all jumbled up again. These pit strategies. Some of these guys here that are staying out haven't pit in a little while. We did have a few laps there, so their tires are going to be a little bit more worn, and I got to imagine that that's going to make them a little slower, so they're going to have to play some defense here. As you see the cars peeling off, the ones that don't need repair anyways, the ones that are getting repair are going to stay here for a little bit longer. But Gordon Matthew
Complete.
got me.
Oh shit. Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Pretty good. Hey, so got yourself back out front, leading here with 22 to go. Probably get the green with 20 to go. You're sitting in the catbird seat. Do you think you got this thing?
I think I got a shot at least. We'll see what happens, but I've been able to keep up front all race. I feel like outside of strategy, so hopefully I can stay up front. But these guys are really aggressive, so we'll see if they get the better of me here.
Yeah, I think the aggression is definitely going to pick up, but you do got a strong car out there, so good luck. Enjoy the rest of the way. We'll be watching.
Thank you very much.
All right, there we go. So we will get the one to go here. Lights are off on the pace car, so okay, so it looks like, I think Elijah, I was looking at the 4 car there, he worked himself back up front, but I do believe he stayed out as part of the top 6 or so that stayed out. So he and that 9 car, I believe, are kind of the 9 car was the first one that came in. So the 4 and the 15 are going to be the ones that are really on that edge of the fresh tire guys. So we'll really have to see from them how that's going to play out, and who's going to be, if it's going to be a big time difference, or if they're going to be able to hold them off a little bit. But there is a good buffer here to these guys up front. 20 laps though is a long time to hold off guys on fresher tires. So see how this plays out. I wouldn't count out the possibility of another caution, as these drivers are going to ramp up the aggression a little bit here. They cannot give up spots at this point. Pace car is off. Field is in the hands of the 84 of Jordan Jorno. And he gets a good jump there to start. The 72 following through. As he's going to stay towards the bottom here. Doesn't need to go up. He's going to use that bottom to... Looks like that is better for gaining momentum so far. And it looks like we have a car in the wall just scraping it there. No caution to this point. Looks like everybody's gotten through fine. And this is a little more single file than I thought. But look at that 9 car. He's going to be on the inside. He does have fresh tires. And look at how he's just able. He just passed 3 cars right there. Let's see if he can make it stick. He pretty much does. I mean, he's not clear, but he's probably going to be clear in this next corner. And the 28 is kind of using that inside as well, which is, and the 54 goes down as well, which is blocking that 9 off. But you see the 28 cannot make that work on those older tires. That is actually going to end up being a net loss for him, unfortunately, as we've got a car that touched the wall and went to the inside there. Looks like he saved that, so we will stay under green for the time being. And look at the 54 there now on the bottom, passing the 84. There you go. There's a pass for the lead. So put Zeb Johnson back in the lead. That's our pole sitter. And the 9 car has now worked himself into 3rd position, and so it has the freshest of the tires. It does look like the 54 has fresh tires as well, though, but we'll have to see which one of these guys has got more in the tank, as they just went by the 84 pretty quickly there. These new tires are definitely paying off. And he's got quite a lead. That's probably one of the biggest leads we've seen tonight there by Zeb Johnson. And the 9 is now working with the 84. Let's go back and kind of focus on that a little bit, as that's where the racing is. And you can see these guys just getting spread out front here. The 6 and the 72, these guys are going at it right here. This is 3 wide pretty regularly. I think the 6 car probably has fresh tires they're trying to get through. Needs to kind of make quick work of these guys. He wants any shot of getting back up there. There he goes. He's going to get all of those cars just like that. There you have it. So put the 6 in P4. Now he's got to go run these top 3 down that are out here. So this is a battle for 2nd place here, as you see the 60 of Chris Leota go down to the bottom side. See if he can make that work. Momentum to the 9 off the corner. Just can't get that done. He's going to have to find another route here. I think going against that wall is going to be the best way to do it, but that's where they're going, and so you can't go through somebody. You got to go around. In the track map up, you can see pretty much everybody pretty close there. That's the majority of the field there. These top 3 are pretty spread out, and then we got quite a bit of racing going on right here. So let's stay on this for a little bit here. These guys are 3 wide, battling for a top 10 position. Now the 12 is starting to break out a little bit. He's got a good momentum there. That's Steve Henning. So he passes the 6 car, put him up into P4. Now these guys kind of have it sorted out a little bit more here, not as fanned out as wide. We're not getting that 3 wide anymore. See the 84 there that had the lead going into this restart, now falling back into clutches of the 4 car, so that his tires are obviously not as fresh as the other guys are, and this is not working out for him the way he wanted it to. Go back up front here. No changes to that top 3 there. They are all kind of evenly spread out with a couple of car lengths in between them all. No really hard racing going on there. Back here at these guys. So this is 4th and 5th, and they should definitely be trying to work with each other, drafting a little bit and whatnot to try to catch back up to that 3 car pack. But now we got the 9 car on the 54, so good couple of corners there, draws him back up to him. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Going to be tough at this point. I mean, they're both driving all out. It's not going to be easy. Nobody's given an inch. You can see for the first time in a while, they're going down below the white line on the front stretch there. 54, Zeb Johnson just trying anything, and the 9's going to follow him wherever he goes, and it looks like that might have been a little bit of a tap on the wall there by the 9, and that's going to cost him. If the 60, if Chris can make that pass, he does not. They stay side by side. It's exactly what the 54 wants to see. The more they're side by side, the further out he's going to get. The 54 now is just staying up against that wall. You can see that he wants that momentum. Maybe that he feels like he doesn't have the best tires in the world, so he just needs to keep the momentum going. And he's going to dive down there to shorten the track out a little bit. But that 9 car is still stuck to him. The 60 is right there as well. So this is going to be a big three-way battle as we are 11 to go. Coming to 10 to go here in a moment. A little bit of a tap there. Gets him a little loose, but he, they just kind of checked up a little bit. No harm, no foul. Everybody stays where they were. 9 car kind of peeking out just a little bit there. He's got to do something to try to get some. He does get a little bit of momentum. Not sure if he's going to be able to carry that off the corner, but he is there at his tire. And now the 54 is not going to be able to drop down to that bottom and shorten the track. And who does the 60 go with? The 60 is going to stay up high with the 54. 9 car is going to go all the way down the short way. He's going to have to slide job and get up there in front of him to block that run, which is exactly what he does. Here comes the crossover, 54 on the inside. Is he going to be able to make that pass? The 60 car is just staying to the top side. He doesn't care which car it is. That's just where he wants to be. And he is just hoping that these guys are going to race each other so hard they're going to eat up their tires and he's going to be able to pass them later. But we are coming to 9 to go now, side by side for the lead. Give the edge to the 9 of Cade Cannon for the moment. And they are just side by side, lap after lap. Look at the 9, get the run there on the outside. Now, okay, so now he's got him clear. Give it to the 9. He makes that pass. We gotta see, are these cars going to be content to ride for a lap or two? Or are they going to continue to race each other very hard? The 54 definitely wants to dip out there. He's just not sure it's the right thing to do, but he's got to run now, so he's got to use it. We'll see what he does here, if he's going to be able to make this. He's not going to go all the way to the bottom. He's going to kind of give it a half to 3/4 of a length up. And he made it. Oh, crossover coming. Ooh, thinks better if it doesn't do the crossover. Pushes him a little bit, gets him sideways. Everybody saves it. Nine car just going a little bit inside there. Not really going to be able to make much momentum up there. I got to believe that the 60 car is loving this. While he's not making any moves yet, I expect him to do so in a couple of laps, but he is biding his time. He's letting these guys go at it as they are all way up on the track now. And look at that 9 car starting to fall off a little bit. This may be him using up those tires. Is this where he falls off and the 60 can get him? Nine looks to the inside just a little bit. Just peeking a little bit. He does have some momentum there. So the tires aren't done yet. 54 again goes down to the bottom. And the 60 is just pushing the 9 now. Look at the momentum. So the 9 has to cross over. Just too much momentum there. And he's going to make that pass look easy. Let's see the momentum of the 54, though. There he goes. It looks like the 9 might have scraped the wall just a little bit. Lost a lot of momentum coming off there. Maybe he was just too hot and was going to hit the wall, had to let off, something like that. But so now the 9 is in the 3rd position. Chris Leota in the 2nd position. Let's see now, is the 60 car going to actually give it a shot at the 54? We're coming to 5 to go. Is it time for him to go now? Got to work that momentum up, but he can't make a pass in such a way that he's going to slingshot the other guy right back by him with a crossover, as we've seen several times now. Got to make a good, clean pass, as he is looking to the inside now. Chris was waiting, sitting back there, just waiting, watching these guys race each other, and now he feels like this is his moment. He's got to go. He is still on the inside, but cannot make that pass just yet. Goes all the way down to the bottom. If he brings it back up, he's going to be able to cut him off. He's got it. He's got it, and he does not have a great run, but there is a run, and he does cross him back over. Tries to go to the bottom. 9 stays up high with the 60. Let's see the momentum. Look, he gets the push there. Oh, man, and he just came up in front of him. The 60 car had to avoid, had to go to the bottom. Back and forth we go. 4 laps to go. This is crazy. 3-car breakaway. We are going to stay right here as these guys are battling hard. You can see back in the field there, not a whole lot of other battles going on. This is the most excitement on the track, and it's for the lead. 54 stays high, and we got a caution. We are going to go green, white, checker. 54 had the lead at the time. 9 in second, 60 in third. Oh, I definitely wanted that to go green. I do not see any accidents or anything on the track, so I can't tell you exactly why that even happened. There's a couple of cars that just jumped to the pits, but it does not seem like there is any sort of off tracks or anything at this point that is being flagged to me. So fortunately, I can't tell you exactly why that was thrown, but that is going to change everything here. These guys have... I can't imagine anybody's going to pit unless they're that close on fuel and can't make it. But I think everybody cycled in at some point. So now we're going to have a green-white checker shootout. Everybody's going to have tires that are used that are now cooled off and are going to be very slick on this restart. And you're not going to have a whole lot of time, but maybe a lap and a half after you get the thing up to speed to actually race each other. The catbird seat here is the 54 now. He is, and he's, oh, and he fakes it, and the 60 and the 6 go in, and a whole bunch of them afterwards. Now, let's take a look here real quick. It does look like there are 4 cars that stayed out, and that changes everything. Well, there's a lot of cars that stayed out, but I think some of these are a lap down. So I show 4 cars on the lead lap that have stayed out. Yeah, okay, so these guys are all going to go and get their wave around. So this is 4 cars, Johnson, Cannon, Williams, Haar, all on the lead lap that are out there on older tires. This is going to be something. So we'll see how these other cars line up, but if these guys that pit if they line up right behind them, I gotta believe that 6 car, that 60 car, they are gonna have a great shot at passing these guys and winning, but they're gonna have to do it fast. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water there. My voice is hurting me. This is crazy. All right. 9th caution today. We get ready for this. So this is the pay window is open. This is where the rubber meets the road, whatever other cliches I can think of. This is go time. And I got to believe that 54 is going to do everything in his power to block everybody that he possibly can. I just don't know that he's going to be able to hold that off with these guys breathing right down his throat. And you see it right there on that tracker. The 6 car and the 60 are right behind them. But there's still some cars in the way that I think are going to get the wave around with 1 to go. Let's see if we get that right here. Lights are off. Okay, let's see if these cars go around. See that 40 car, that 35 car, 62. They should not be lined up there. If the ticker is correct. Let's see, 35. Okay, 35 is showing that's Haar. Okay, he's in 4th. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, 62, and then they just moved back. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, so yeah, that does put 6 and 60 there in 5th and 6th, and now you see them there. Now they're going to have a real shot here if they can get around these cars and get clean. So this is going to be exciting. These guys are going to be a lot faster with these newer tires. It's a terrible feeling for the 54 of Zeb Johnson. You know, you think, okay, green, white checker, we don't need to pit, and then you don't, and everybody does behind you, and now you're playing defense rather than offense, which you would rather be playing. But this is the hand that they've been dealt. They got 2 cars there in between them. They're gonna have to hope that those guys can hold these cars, these Fords up a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble. All right, here it is, and you see the pace car coming off. And there's the start. 54 gets a great jump. 35 spins his tires a little bit. That happens a lot on those older tires, and that holds up the 60. And look, the 60 is just stuck behind him there. Nothing he can do. So this is coming down. Now we got the 54 and the 9 again, but look at the 6 car on the high side. He's got fresh tires. Can he get there? They got bottled up way too much in that traffic, and I don't know if they're going to have time as they are wrecking. So now this is going to change things. If we get a caution right here, as we do, the 6 car is going to be in P4, so he makes up a couple positions, and they're going to do it again. Let's take a look back and see this. Travis Eccles here looks like he had a crash. Let's take a look. Little bottle up there, a little loose, little bottle up. Yeah, these guys didn't have anywhere to go. This 72 wasn't sure if he should go high, low. Too many cars around him, couldn't really make that decision on where he should have gone, but kind of a racing incident there. So 54 and 9 still up front. They're doing great. The 6 car of Wade Alexander, he moved up a couple of positions there, so put him in P4. The 60 recovered okay. He's in P6 still. That's Chris Leota there in that McDonald's Ford there. So still got a shot, but needs to get through that restart a little bit cleaner than he did last time. He just got stuck behind a car and not much he could do. But he's going to have to, on this one, if he wants to get this win, he's going to have to go where they're not and get around those slower vehicles. And Williams in that 40 car, Jason Williams did a great job of holding on to it there as well. He's still in P3, so good little session there for him. Being able to hold on to it with those older tires. We'll see what happens. That's going to be the end. That's the results. They are not going to go again. I guess they only got one green white checker. That was it. 54 gets the win. 9 in second. Let me bring up the results tab here as these guys get themselves finished. So that's not what that's the practice. Don't want practice. Don't want qualifying. It's not actually giving me the results yet because not everybody has crossed. But you can see, we'll just bring the tower back up. So you got Zeb Johnson in first. You got Cade in the 9 in second. Jason Williams is going to be third. Wade Alexander is in fourth. Fifth is going to go to Mike Hauser. Chris Leota is in sixth. Seventh is Tommy Lemley. Cameron Wessenberg is in 8th. 9th is going to go to Brent Hanran. And Stephen Henning is going to round out your top 10. Elijah Fisher in 11th. Bobby Hadaway in 12th. Jordan Giorno is 13th. Travis Eccles in 14th. The 15th position is going to go to Josh Henderson. So that rounds out your top 15. Let's take a look and see. Let's go to the start finish line here. See if we can see these guys. This is your third place finisher here of Jason Williams. I feel like I tried to find him before. I could not do that. So let's see if we find him now. Oh, there. So, Jason, this is Matthew in the booth. Got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, bud. Finished third. I thought we were going to have another green-white checker, but I guess we only got one, so that puts you P3. Great run tonight, up 7 from where you started. How was the car tonight?
It was pretty good. It went away on long runs there, but we hung in there and finished third. I'm glad there wasn't another green-white checkered because it's going to be close on fuel.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of guys like that. So, but good run out there. I'm sure P3 is a good position to be in. Always got to love it when you're on a podium. You got new friends, teammates, sponsors, whoever you want to thank. Give them all the shout outs you got.
Yeah, I think Whitewater Archery and Picks and Sticks Outdoors, Faith and Archery, all my friends and my kids are in the back here watching me.
Very good. Well, go celebrate this win. Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. All right, let's get to our second place finisher. That's going to be Cade Cannon. Let's see if we can find him here. Cade, where are you at? There he is. All right. Cade, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good run tonight. Up 23 spots from where you started. I mean, did you even qualify though?
I did not qualify because the update of iRacing messed me up, and I was able to get in right as they started gridding, so I got lucky enough to at least be in there. That's
All
the
right,
part.
so you got the biggest mover by default, but man, great run. I mean, obviously you still had to drive through him. That was awesome towards the end there, but I got to imagine you wanted to see that thing go green.
Yeah, I hate having only one green white checkered, or at least having one iRacing cautions, because I had the run on and I was gonna try to slide them and hope for the best to try to clear them and take the lead. Comes to the white there, and I just never even got a chance, thankfully, because the iRacing caution and all that, and the one green white checkered, I lost my chance because of that, which I hate. But
Yeah.
I was hoping where I ran, I felt like I had the better tires and everything, and all I needed was one good run to at least clear him, and then hope for the best after that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was amazing to watch. It was a great battle between the three of you guys there. I wish it would have gone green, but it didn't. Hey, that's how things work out. But great run by you. Amazing race tonight. It was some back and forth with tire strategy and whatnot. But who you got? Team sponsors, anybody you want to thank? Shout outs. Go for it.
Just Team Chevy, Napa, all them. Great teamwork over here. We work together well. Thought we may have a chance there because I had a teammate behind me. Was hoping if I was able to slide job him, I could get it. But great teamwork all night. Just did not end the way we were hoping for. But we will move on to next week and hope for the best.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate this second place, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right, so let's get our race winner if we can. That's going to be Zeb Johnson. If I can pull him, Zeb, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, great run tonight. Started on pole. A little bit of things happening in the middle there, and then finishing up front. Take us kind of through the race and the pit strategies and the back and forth that you had throughout the race.
Yeah, I knew since we qualified really well that we were gonna have a fast car all night, and as long as we kept our car clean, we would. We were there at the end. Had a incident on somewhere lap 30 or 40, and got wrecked. So I had to take a pit and go a lap down. Then later, a couple laps later, we got some incident points. Had to take a drive-through for the penalty. Raced our way back up. Didn't pit there that last pit. Probably should have, but turned out
Yeah.
it turned out for me.
Yeah, I
It was
mean,
awesome.
obviously it worked out. I think the battle that you guys were having up there coming towards the end, I think everybody wanted to see that go green. I mean, it was a great battle between you and the 9, and looked like the 60 was just kind of waiting to see if you guys were going to wreck it or what. But I'm sure you would have rather seen that go green as well.
Yeah, I was hoping for that. I saw a caution. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Hats off to the 60 and the 9 though for racing their ass off there.
Yeah, it was a great run by everybody. Yeah, I mean, when you stay out like that, there was about 4 cars that stayed out, and you're like, oh no, I know the feeling, man. And you're like, oh, this did not go my way. But you got another caution, so it still worked out. You still got the win. So congratulations on that. You got any teammates, sponsors, friends, family you want to shout out?
Not really. I mean, not don't really have anybody that watches this, but
All right.
just want to thank Elijah for setting up this league and you for commentating it and all the races that show up.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, there you have it. There's our race winner, and great race by them. Great race tonight. Some awesome side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide. Gotta love Auto Club. I don't know why they took it out of NASCAR, but great racing here tonight. Fun covering the Inspired Racing League. We will see y'all next week. Have a great night.